The evening air was heavy as you stood outside the tall glass building, arms wrapped around yourself like it was the only shield you had left. People walked past, rushing home, laughter echoing from colleagues who seemed so carefree, while you stood rooted to the spot with a lump in your throat. The sting of your boss's words still burned in your chest, replaying again and again like a cruel echo you couldn't silence. He was your ex, the person who once promised you forever, but now found joy in breaking you piece by piece. Months had passed since you had been enduring his insults, his manipulative glares, his big-tilting remarks that dug deeper than knives. You had been carrying all of it alone, smiling on the surface and bleeding inside, never daring to let Jungkook see the scars. Your phone buzzed in your head, breaking your spiraling thoughts. With trembling fingers, you picked it up and pressed it to your ears. Wyan, a familiar voice said warmly. It was your best friend Hannah. Just hearing her tone made your chest tighten with both comfort and ache. You tried to sound normal. Hannah, you called? I did. I had a feeling. She replied softly, almost knowingly. How are you? You sound tired. You forced a laugh, brittle and thin. When am I not tired? It's just work, you know how it is. Hannah stayed quiet for a moment before sighing. No, it's not just work. You have been saying that for months now. Don't think I haven't noticed the way your voice shakes when you talk about your office. The way you change the topic every time I ask about him. Your jaw tightened. She always saw through you. Hannah, please, I don't want to talk about him. But you should, Ryan, especially with Jungkook. She urged urgently. You can't keep everything to yourself like this. He's your boyfriend. Don't you think he deserves to know how badly you're hurting? Your throat tightened at her words. The image of Jungkook flashed in your mind, his sharp eyes that always scanned you too carefully, his low voice that sometimes sounded cold but always softened when it was just you two. He already noticed, he always noticed. But you couldn't bear to let him into the mess, not when he had already given you more than you ever thought you deserved. Hannah, you whispered, looking down at your trembling hands. He has enough on his plate. He's been patient with me, loving me when I don't even know if I'm worth it. I don't want him tangled in my mess with my boss. It's humiliating enough to go through it myself. I can't. Why, Hannah's tone firm, cutting you off. Why do you always think you are a burden? Why do you always carry everything until you break? Jungkook isn't with you just for the good days. If he really loves you, and I can see that he does, then you have to trust him enough to let him protect you. Stop making decisions for him. Her words hit you harder than you wanted to admit. You clenched your jaw looking up at the fading evening sky where the first stars had began to pierce through. You wanted to tell Hannah she was wrong, but deep down you knew she wasn't. You were just scared. You swallowed thickly, voice shaking. What if he thinks I'm weak? What if he gets angry? What if he leaves? There was silence for a moment before Hannah spoke again, her voice steady. And what if he holds you tighter instead? What if he proves to you again and again that you are not alone? You will never know unless you stop hiding from him. Tears blurred your vision as you turned slightly, seeing the sleek black car pulling up to the curb. Jungkook, even from a distance, his presence made your chest clench in a way no one else ever could. He stepped out slowly, tall frame commanding attention without trying, his dark coat swaying with the breeze. His sharp eyes immediately found yours, and for a brief moment, the world went silent. He was here. And he was already reading every line of exhaustion on your face even without a word spoken. Your lips trembled as you whispered into the phone. He's here, I have to go. Wyan. Hannah's voice softened again, almost like a prayer. Please tell him. Don't lose him by shutting him out. You ended the call, showing your phone back into your bag and wiped at your eyes. eyes quickly before Taehyung could say. But of course he saw. He always saw. His brows frowned slightly as he approached, his gaze flickering over you like he was scanning for ones he couldn't see. You look pale, he said, his voice low and clipped, but laced with concern. Did something happen today? You forced a small smile, trying to shake your head. No, it's nothing. I'm just tired. Jungkook tilted his head, eyes narrowing. He didn't believe you. He never did when you said it was nothing. His silence pressed against you heavier than words, and you found yourself looking away, gripping your back tightly. But his hand reached out, brushing lightly against your arm, grounding you. Wyan, he said quietly, you have been tired for too long. Tell me what's going on. Your lips parted, but no words came because how could you? How could you tell him that your own boss, your ex, had been humiliating and harassing you day after day? How could you admit that you weren't strong enough to fight back? That you felt yourself breaking a little more each time? So instead, you swallowed it all back again and forced another smile. Let's just go home, Jungkook. His jaw tightened as he studied you, but for now, he didn't. He didn't push further. He simply opened the car door for you, his silence loud with his unspoken questions. And as you slid into the seat, heart heavy, you couldn't shake Hannah's words echoing in your head. Stop making decisions for him.